walk right in on people, but I can never blend. Baby, why you so bitter? For years a trend to bitter. Why you bitter? Bitter, so bitter. Why you
So that dancing, that was for the girls, but now boys, it's time to listen up because this part's for you. No homo. The reason why you're so bitter all the time. Bitterness. The feeling of grumpiness. Feeling of not having a single funny bone. Well, you get the gist. Every time I saw somebody happy, especially if they were attractive, I always acted like, the grumpy old man upstairs that, always complains about the neighbors and calls the police every now and then because the neighbors upstairs, who are black, are having a lot of music playing, for example. Yeah. And I hated that about me. I hated it. It always showed in school or at let's say the internet. When I was a boy, I was really bold. Every time somebody would make an accomplishment, I'd always intervene and essentially throw dirt at their accomplishment. Let's say it was football, right? Somebody made a goal. Another guy in class, he made a goal, right? And I wasn't that bold that I'd just go up and scream at him, but let's say I went up and whispered something. Like, yeah, the reason why you shot, the reason why you scored, he actually moved here and he's not as trained as you are and these guys made it easier for you to make the shot, etc. Just make them feel lesser. Because I was lesser. Or so I believed anyway. There's really only one reason why I had so much time to be bitter at others. This is likely why you're bitter yourself. Because you have nothing going for you. You have nothing happening in your life right now that gives you a reason not to be bitter. If you're a black pillar, unless you're like a looks max or looks like a Chad, which in that case you're probably still miserable. You have the perfect fuel for your bitterness. You have the perfect reason to be bitter. Oh, why are you bitter? Oh, well, I'm a black pillar. It makes sense. Firstly, you have the other incels' bitterness displayed on your favorite subreddit called, I don't know, Justice for Short Kings or something even gayer. Secondly, you have time to monitor other people's success all the time with TikTok edits, right? Seeing your favorite pretty boy on Instagram flirt with girls, knowing you can't do the same. What happens is you get exposed to a lot of reasons why you should be bitter, while also not having too many reasons why you shouldn't be, Bitterness comes from ungratefulness. And I've learned that in my time of self-improvement. So this is where the solution comes in. And I want you to really listen to this. Some other red pillars have probably mentioned this. Well, I wouldn't call myself a red pillar, but let's say in this specific topic, I'd say the red pill applies the best. You have to go, or at least try to go, on a dopamine detox, which will reduce your time being a bitter person to others while on the internet, and try to put things on your schedule. Now, if you don't know what a dopamine detox is, I'll explain it briefly. It's when you basically take time off on dopamine. In this case, it's bitterness, which means you take time off on the subreddit. No more TikTok edits of models. No more guys flirting with girls on Instagram showing their butt and you jerking off to it. You know? You gotta stop with that specifically. If you wanna get rid of bitterness, that's what you do. This was something that is gonna take a toll on you. And the biggest mistake, the one biggest mistake that most guys do when they try to go on a dopamine detox is they do it to the extreme. They turn off, they delete all the apps, they delete every single thing that gives them dopamine. They try to go on a no-fap streak. They, in your case, while taking this information, you're probably gonna unsubscribe to all the people that you were subscribed to, delete all the butt pics that you've, saved to your phone, camera roll, etc. What that does is basically make you have nothing to do. And what happens when you have nothing to do? You reinstall the apps. You reinstall the pics. You take them away from the trash can, etc. And you just go back to being the same. You're like, well, dopamine detox, not for me. What you have to do is take one step at a time. Keep the apps, keep the pics, but let's say you give yourself a little less time to be on those things. That's why I said put things on your schedule. You have to try to reduce, like I said, reduce your time being a bitter person. I didn't say stop being a bitter person, because that's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a lot of time. You have to reduce your time being a bitter person. So the thing with school, if you're in school, seeing people that makes you bitter, that you can't really do much of. I guess stop looking at them, right? But what you have to do is just find other things to do with the spare time you have, because you reduced your time being bitter on Instagram, TikTok. And slowly you'll stop finding a reason to be on those Instagram things. Or even better, when you see those guys flirting with the girls, you're like, good job, buddy. I can relate, right? And that's where we want to go. So just try to reduce your time being a bitter person by doing these things I've said. Dopamine detox, if you don't know much about it, I suggest you look into it. Watch Hamza, he's really good at talking about that. I do mention dopamine detox. If you want to know a lot, if you want to know my personal spin on it, you want to know me talking about it, I'm pretty sure that is in the course, link in the description. By the way, there's a new update on the course now, thanks to my good friend. So you check that out. It'll help you a lot. At first, this is gonna be difficult, right? Like everything. When it comes to self-improvement in any endeavor, it's gonna be difficult. But that's why it's good. Delayed gratification. At first, it'll be difficult with detoxing your content-driven brain. But that's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. To help you fix that brain of yours. We're here to help you get rid of what's making you, in this case, bitter. Essentially, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Yep, bye.